Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It seems like the chaos surrounding Newjeans might finally be reaching some kind of resolution, but not without more surprising twists along the way. Just when everyone was still processing the news that Harin and Heen were returning to Ador, it now looks like the other three members, Minji, Hani, and Danielle, have made their move too. In a newly released statement, the three members personally addressed fans, revealing the reasons behind their decision to return. They said, "Hello, this is Minji, Hani, and Danielle. Recently, after careful considerations, we have decided to return to Ador. One of us is currently in Antarctica, so the delivery of our stance was delayed. But since Ador has not stated anything, we have been forced to share our positions separately. We will continue to show you our sincere music and performances. Thank you." The statement immediately caught attention because it came amid the group's decision not to appeal their recent court loss. What it essentially means is that all five Newjeans members, Minji, Hani, Danielle, Harin, and Heyyyyyyyy, are returning to Ador, marking the end of a long and tense legal battle that has dragged on for over a year. The fact that the message was delayed because one member was in Antarctica also adds an unexpected twist. It shows how fragmented communication between the group and Ador had become, and how this entire situation stretched far beyond the usual idle agency disagreements. The timing of their statement is especially significant. After losing the court case that confirmed their exclusive contracts with Ador were still valid, the members' ability to continue independent activities under NJZ was legally blocked. Continuing to fight through appeals would have risked years of legal delays, preventing them from releasing music, performing, or maintaining their careers at all. Their decision to return now likely reflects a practical, necessary move to protect their professional futures and avoid further damage to their reputations, finances, and momentum as a group. For fans, this news signals a major turning point. After months of watching the group appear fractured and uncertain, the announcement gives a glimmer of stability, that the group might be reunited and able to perform together again. But at the same time, it's clear from the tone of the separate statements that full trust and harmony haven't completely been restored yet. The fact that Minji, Danielle, and Hani's message came independently from Ador's own announcement suggests ongoing communication gaps and lingering tension behind the scenes. Interestingly, just hours after Ador confirmed Harin and Hyeyyyyyy's return, Minji, Danielle, and Hani released their joint statement, but Ador themselves seemed hesitant to immediately accept it. The company told Ilgan Sports that they were still looking into the real intentions behind the three members' statement, saying, "We are currently looking into the real intentions of the three members' statement to return." This uncertainty from Ador raises questions about whether the two sides had fully communicated before the public announcement, or whether this was another instance of misalignment between the label and the members. Meanwhile, Min Hee-jin, who has been at the center of every development since the start of this entire dispute, has also spoken out. In a rare move, she issued a statement through multiple media outlets on November 13th, expressing her support for the members' return to Ador. She said, "Yesterday's decision for the members to return to Ador was a difficult choice made by them after serious thought and consideration. I respect and will support that decision. There were difficulties, but I cherish the courage of the members who have decided to hold hands together again to protect each other. I can start afresh anywhere. However, I think Newjeans should remain as a whole, as five members no matter the situation. I hope that the members will become stronger, that Newjeans will grow into an even better group, and most of all, that all five members are happy." Her words struck a surprisingly warm and reflective tone, suggesting that despite the intense battles with Hybe and Ador's internal disputes, Min Hee-jin still sees Newjeans as something worth protecting, both artistically and personally. She also took the opportunity to briefly address her ongoing legal battle with Hybe, clarifying, "As there have been multiple lawsuits going on at the same time, it has been a difficult time for all of us. The lawsuit between myself and Hybe has no relation to Newjeans. I am doing my best as an individual, and I hope the truth will be revealed. I ask for your continued support." But while Min Hee-jin seems ready to support the members' return, Ador itself still hasn't officially confirmed the trio's reinstatement, maintaining that they're verifying the authenticity of the statement from Minji, Hani, and Danielle. This hesitation might be Ador's way of ensuring that everything is legally consistent and aligned after such a turbulent year, or it could point to deeper miscommunication still lingering beneath the surface. Either way, this latest development changes everything. If all five members are truly back under Ador, Newjeans could finally resume as a complete group again, but the emotional and professional scars from this dispute might take a long time to heal. So, right after all the news about the members returning to Ador started circulating, another major detail came out, and this one completely changes how people are seeing the situation. According to a report by New Daily, it's now being revealed that Newjeans member Hyeyyyyyy's father played a massive role in both Hyeyyyyyyy and Harin's decision to return to Ador. The report claims that Heen's father was actually the only parent who opposed the group's original decision to terminate their contracts with Ador in the first place. While most of the members' families reportedly supported leaving the label amid the legal conflicts, Hyeyyyyyy's father father strongly believed that returning to Ador was the right choice. In fact, New Daily stated that he personally persuaded not just his daughter, but also Heron to come back to the company. What's even more shocking is that, according to the same report, Hyein's father went as far as filing a civil lawsuit against his wife over legal guardianship rights, all to ensure his daughter could return to Ador. This detail has left many people stunned, as it reveals just how deep and complicated the family-level disputes became behind the scenes of this already messy legal battle. New Daily wrote, "Reports now indicate that Hyein's father, the only parent who had opposed terminating the group's contract with Ador, persuaded both his daughter and Heron to decide on returning to the agency. It was further revealed that Hyein's father, who had been against the contract termination from the start, even filed a civil lawsuit against his wife over legal guardianship rights in order to bring his daughter back to Ador. So not only was there a public legal fight between Ador and the members, but there were private legal disputes happening within families about who had the right to make decisions over the idols' careers. It adds a completely new layer to this whole controversy, showing that the tension wasn't just between Ador, Hybe, and Minji Jin, but also within the members' own households. Now that Hyein and Heron have returned to the Hybe sub-label, all eyes have turned toward the remaining three members, Minji, Hani, and Danielle, who had also shared their intention to come back. The situation has sparked a wave of heated reactions among Korean netizens, with opinions sharply divided. Some believe that the returns show the members are finally finding stability again, while others see it as a forced move shaped by pressure, contracts, and family influence rather than genuine choice. The revelation about Hyein's father has only intensified that debate. Many online comments express sympathy for the idols caught in the middle of legal and family turmoil, while others question how much autonomy the members really have when even their guardians are clashing over who gets to make career decisions. Some netizens have even begun speculating whether other parents may also reconsider their stances following this outcome. It also seems as though there's been yet another development in this unfolding situation. Ador has now followed up on the statements from the members by releasing an updated stance of their own. After reportedly completing their verification process, the company shared through IMBC Entertainment on November 13, 2025, that they are now coordinating individual meeting schedules with the members, and that they will do their best to ensure smooth discussions. This update signals a noticeable shift in the atmosphere surrounding the group. While the tension and uncertainty of the past year haven't fully disappeared, the fact that Ador is actively scheduling individual meetings suggests that the agency is preparing to move forward in a more structured, step-by-step way. It hints at progress, not just legally, but relationally, and opens the door for the members and the company to clarify their intentions face-to-face rather than through public statements and court filings. Of course, nothing is officially confirmed yet. A lot of what we're hearing right now is coming from insiders, behind-the-scenes reports, and media outlets that have been tracking this case extremely closely. While the majority of this information has been verified and repeated across multiple reliable sources, it's still important for everyone to do their own research as things continue to develop. Still, the tone of Ador's latest update has definitely caught fans' attention, especially with how different it sounds compared to the cold, legalistic messaging from earlier in the conflict. Coordinating individual meetings isn't just a logistical step, it's a sign of preparation, of movement, and of a company that is now openly acknowledging the possibility of the group coming together again. Fans are already watching closely to see whether these meetings lead to more concrete actions, whether statements from the agency and the members start lining up, and whether this could be the beginning of more unified updates. And before we end this video, I just wanted to bring up something else that has recently resurfaced online. A past comment Minji made to a reporter during their emergency press conference last year. This was the moment when, after the reporter questioned why the group issued a contract termination notice without pursuing legal action first, Minji responded sharply with, "We're terminating the contract because Hybe and Ador breached the contract. Do you understand now?" That line became instantly memorable, circulating on social media, and eventually turning into a meme that kept being referenced every time anything related to NJZ or Newjeans came up. At the time, it was seen as bold, confrontational, and even confusing for some viewers who didn't fully understand the legal context. But now, the reporter from that very moment has spoken up and offered their perspective, giving that comment a completely different layer of meaning. Most recently, the same reporter published an article reflecting on what happened. In the piece, they wrote, "Do you truly understand? This is what I heard from NJZ's Minji at a press conference last year. I never expected that a year later, I would be saying the same thing to them." While some may doubt Minji, Hani, and Danielle's sincerity, I want to believe what they wrote at the end of their statement. "We will continue to return with sincere music and performances. I truly mean it." The reporter went on to explain that during the original press conference, Minji asked, "Do you understand?" Their immediate internal reaction was something along the lines of, "Honestly, I don't understand, but is that really okay?" They also admitted feeling feeling guilty that Minji's response became such a widely repeated meme, essentially reducing a serious moment into a punchline. Aside from that, they shared they hadn't held any resentment or negative feelings toward Minji or the group. What stood out most in the article was the reporter's emphasis on what should matter for the members moving forward. Not a battle of narratives, not public confrontations, but sincerity. They wrote that the group should repay the fans who supported and waited for them through genuine music and meaningful performances, and that authenticity will be the foundation for rebuilding trust after everything that has unfolded. The reporter also added a simple but powerful message. From now on, it's not about understanding, but about basic manners and courtesy. This line resonated heavily with Korean netizens, many of whom applauded the reporter for being calm, mature, and fair, despite how turbulent the situation was at the time. People described them as the real adult in the room and the bigger person, especially given how emotionally charged the press conference environment had been. But what are your thoughts on this entire situation? Do you think Hyeon's father made the right call trying to bring his daughter and Haerin back to Ador? Or do you think this just makes everything even more complicated? Let me know what you think down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any updates on this entire Newjeans and Ador controversy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
In the future.